Alright, I hope y'all having a great day. Now I'm finna get ready to tell you about my horrible Meps experience. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so the whole time really leading up to it, I was ready to go. So the whole week leading up to it, I think I left on like a Thursday. I'm gonna just say a Thursday. And so they end up coming, I'm waking up or whatever. I kinda really couldn't sleep before. And I had looked at YouTube videos before and they were like, you need to go to sleep before you go. I couldn't go to sleep before I went. I was like real anxious because I was like, I don't know what to expect, bro. And so they end up coming, man. My recruiter, he drive me down to the place or whatever. Can I say his name? I don't know. It's government. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say man's name. But he drive me down the street. It wasn't that far because I live like right down the street from the Meps Center. So I only drove like 20 minutes, and we was there. Some people had to drive like 2-3 hours or whatever, right? And so I get there, and we had to go in a room or whatever, and everybody was in there. Everybody was just in there. Some people was talking. Some people was kind of like being lame and not talking. And so I got to the back of the line because I was the last one, obviously. And I was like, man, dang, can I talk to anybody in here? You know what I'm saying? Do I talk to anyone? And I'm back there, and I was standing back there for like 5 minutes, not saying nothing to nobody. And I was like, bro, this is so boring. And so I asked the guy in front of me, I was like, what branch you going to, bro? And he said, I'm going to the Marines. I was like, yes, conversation. And so I asked the other guy in front of him, and I was like, but what branch you going to, dog? And he was like, I'm going to the Marines too. And so I was like, cool. And I asked another guy or whatever. He said another branch. I don't remember. And then he just turned around. He wasn't trying to talk. And so that started up conversation with us three or whatever. And we just in there talking, man, what branch we going to, why we want to go in, the regular, just trying to make conversation because none of us wanted to sit there and just keep being bored. And so then this other, I don't want to say weird kid, but he wanted to jump in the conversation too. He was like, I'm going to the Marines too, y'all. I'm going to the Marine too, guys. And I was like, okay, cool, man, cool. And so we all started talking, us and the weird kid. And so we all kind of started having a conversation. And the more he was talking, he was like one of them types where like the more he keeps talking, the more you don't want to talk to him. And so I'm not really, that rude of a person, so I kept talking to him. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it was a pretty chill conversation. And so we ended up going up the line or whatever. We had to get our IDs out. We did all of that woo woo. And so we get to the front, and we all start signing our names and stuff. And so it was me, the other two guys I was talking to, they was in front of me. And so they used to sign or whatever. It was my turn. The weird kid, he was like, can I go in front of you or whatever? I said, yeah, cool. What I'm thinking is I was finna be randomized, you know what I'm saying? And all of us finna, get picked random rooms at random and stuff. So I ended up putting my stuff down or whatever. And I go to my room. Mind you, all three of them that went in front of me. The two that was cool or whatever, and then the weird kid. And so I put my stuff down. I go to my room. I open the door. Well, I kind of knocked, trying to see or whatever, just see if anybody else was already in there. Because I'm thinking I'm finna get somebody random. Like, I saw a couple of real cool people that was already there talking. And I was like, man, I hope one of these people is my roommates. I open the door, man. It's the weird kid. I said, are you serious? Oh, my. Bro, like, when I saw that, bro, I was like, oh, no, please no, right? And so I kind of lost it a little bit. Inside, I was kind of like losing it, but I didn't want to show it too much, right? And so I go in the room and stuff, we talking, and he like, oh, fuck no. I was like, are you serious? But that's what I should be doing. But the way he was saying it, it was kind of funny, so I didn't really say nothing. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to put my stuff out. I'm finna go. And so I went back down to the little room or whatever, where everybody was like introducing themselves. And some people was playing on 2K. They was playing Call of Duty. And then some of the guys, they were like, y'all need to stop playing Call of Duty. Y'all finna be playing Call of Duty in real life. And like everybody like making jokes and like trying to have a good time and stuff. And so everything was cool. So I go back to my room and I got a call. And just my luck, the guy, it was just real, he wasn't mean, but he was stern or whatever. And he was like, you need to come back down to the sign-in area. I was like, okay. So I go back down there, and he was telling me, look at the sign-in sheet. And I was like, okay, what am I looking at? He was like, do you notice anything different about yours than everybody else? And I said, huh? And so I looked. I didn't fill out the recruiter part. Everybody else had theirs filled out. And mind you, my name ain't the first one on the sheet. Everybody else had their name filled, but it was just my luck. Just me being like unaware or whatever. Stupid, whatever you want to call it. I didn't fill that part out. And so he called me down. I had to fill that part out. I went back to my room. I got to my room. The weird kid was in the room and he had the lights cut off, everything or whatever. So I walk in the room. I was like, man, what's going on? But why the lights off? Because I don't remember it being that dark because I'd already been in there before. I cut the light on and stuff. I started walking in the room. I didn't cut the light on yet. I tried walking in the room or whatever. I flipped the light switch. I was like, but it just turned on like where the door was. It wasn't cutting the light on where the bed was. The weird kid jumps out from behind the corner and tries to scare me. So me, out of instinct, I jacked him up. And I was like, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like cussing him out or whatever, all of this stuff. Like, bro, you don't do that, bro. That's not funny, bro. That's not funny, blah, 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 blah. And so he's sitting there, he just laughing and stuff, chuckling. And so we end up like chilling out or whatever. I called my mom, told her I was good. And we end up getting ready to, like, they gave us vouchers to go get something to eat. And so I go downstairs, we get something to eat and stuff. And it was all right. It was straight. It was just regular hotel food. You know what I'm saying? Not nothing crazy. It was good enough to eat. And so I go back to my room or whatever. Day goes on, man. Day goes on. And I'm getting ready to go to sleep now. I'm trying to lay down and stuff. And I'm chilling. Oh, I forgot to say, but it was so many bad girls. You gotta throw that part in there. You gotta throw that part in there, bro. But every girl that I saw that was cute, every single one of them was going to the army. I was like, are you serious, bro? Not one of y'all gonna come with me? You know what I'm saying? Like every single one of them was going to the army. None was going to the Air Force. None was going to the Navy. None was going to the Marines. Every single one of them was going to the army. I was like, bro. And when I say bad, I mean, woo! Right? So you kind of get what I'm saying, right? You get what I'm saying, right? And so day goes on, whatever. I'm trying to go to sleep. But this is when like TikTok was like just really, being a thing. And so the weird kid is in his bed and he's sitting there, has the same TikTok on replay. And I was sitting there, bro. I was just like, oh my gosh, man. Like, can you like turn that off? Like while I try to go to sleep? And so, man, so that thing, it was sitting there really playing the same tune back and forth over and over and over again, probably for about 10, 20 minutes, man. So I'm saying I done kind of lost it a little bit. And I wanted to like reach up and, cut his phone off, but I ain't want to like be rude enough. So I like try and tap him. He done fell asleep. The TikTok just still playing. So he done fell asleep or whatever. And I'm like, hey, bro, you cut your phone or whatever off. You can cut it off. And I don't know why I did that, but I should have just cut his phone off on my own. But this kid wants to stay up. And he started showing me this one guy who like, he made food, like made it look really good. And he just beat the food up. You probably know what I'm talking about. I don't know. You leave it down in the comments. I don't know, whatever. I'm not watching it. You just put it down if you want to. But he just started showing me like this guy, he would cook real good food. And he just beat the food up. I was just like, bro, what are you doing? It was like a banana smoothie. And so I don't remember, but it was like 5 different recipes he showed me. And he was just laughing at it. I was like, bro, that's not funny. How is that funny? And so then he ends up wanting to he played World of Tanks. Like he really was into tanks. And he wanted me to sit there and tell him whether or not the tanks was actually real tanks or made up tanks. And I tried to go to sleep at like 9 o'clock. And mind you, I'm not a mean person like that or whatever. I'm like real stern up front to like people I don't really know like that. Like once I know you, know what I'm saying, then you're going to catch a different side of me, because I ain't really, trying to be all nice, whatever. You're going to get the real me, right? And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, can you like, I'm trying to go to sleep. And so we end up sitting there from like 9 o'clock to 3 in the morning. And I think we had to leave at like 5 o'clock. And so we getting ready to go to the place or whatever. And everybody's meeting down in the little gather room or whatever where we all signed in and stuff. And they all like signing each other in or whatever. They doing roll call now. And so I was sitting there. I was kind of like in the middle by the games and stuff because I was watching them play 2K or whatever. And then they calling names and stuff. And mind you, my last name start with an E. So I'm like, okay, I should be one of the first names to be called. Not really one of the first names, but I should be one of the first names to be called because that's how it's been like my whole life or whatever. So they still are going down the roll call and stuff, calling everybody's names, but they start like they done skipped over the E's. Or they done said some people with E's and I'm like, okay, I'm next or whatever. And they went to like H's, J's, X's. I was like, they skipped all over me or whatever. But then they start flipping the page or whatever. I guess they were just calling people like the way like you signed in or whatever. And so everybody was getting signed in. I was sitting, I'm like, bro, they ain't even called my name, bro. But I'm going to just roll along with it, man. I'm going to just go to the place or whatever. I'm going to be cool. And so I do all of that or whatever, man. And I'm sitting there. Now they done went through like 3-4 pages already. So now I'm like, man, they're not calling my name. So I started daydreaming or whatever. Cause I like stopped paying attention and stuff. And so now I'm sitting, I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking or whatever to myself. As soon as I started daydreaming, now they want to call my name. But this the real bad part about it, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm minding my own business, bro. And I'm just sitting there daydreaming. I hear Quentin Elliott. I said, huh? What? Present. I done stuttered probably like 5 seconds just to say present because I like stopped paying attention to them calling roll because they skipped over the E's and went to everybody else. And so I was like, and then everybody started laughing. I was like, oh my God, but that's just my luck. That's just my luck, right? And so day goes on, man. We end up going and we eat our breakfast or whatever. But one thing I heard that you do not do, and I didn't want to test it, but one of the recruiter told me, he said he just heard it from a bunch of different people. One thing you don't want to do is don't eat the eggs. That's what I heard. So everybody's going after they get breakfast, and I looked at the eggs, and the eggs looked good. Like they were like real yellow. I'm talking about like looked like they just came out the skillet. And I was like, man, I kind of want to eat them eggs, man. You know what I'm saying? The egg looks kind of good now. You know what I'm saying? I want them eggs, but I was like, I don't want to do it to myself. I don't even know what he was talking about, bro. I don't want to find out the hard way. I ain't one of the types to try and find out the hard way, man. You tell me don't do something, man, I'm going to just listen to you. I'm just not going to do it. I ain't that type to just do it, you know what I'm saying? Try and find out the hard way on purpose, you feel me? And so we end up getting to the place or whatever. We end up getting on the bus. And I tried to because I saw the 2 cool guys that I met when I first got there. And so I tried to sit by them. But the weird kid wanted to come and sit by me. And mind you, the weird kid, he had been to Meps like sometimes, I think. And so I was like, oh man, like they actually like really send people back and like they won't keep you going and stuff. I personally thought it was gonna be like maybe 2-3 times max they send you back. And then they just bring you in and stuff because they tired of looking at you. But no, this man, he was talking about he got sent back like 7-8 times. I don't know. Something like that. And I was like, bro, so I get on the bus or whatever. We getting ready to head there. And the weird kid want to come and sit right next to me. And so I was like, man, all right, bro, whatever. I ain't going to say nothing, man. Ain't nobody else really trying to talk to you, bro. Sit by me, man. I don't even care. And so, I didn't get no sleep. I only done got like 2 hours of sleep. And so I'm sitting there, man. I'm already kind of tired and stuff. And so we finally get to Meps or whatever. Or is the place actually called Meps? I don't know, but we was leaving the hotel to go to the building where we was going to do all the testing and stuff at. And so we did all the testing. They was like, all right, people who been here before, come over this side. So they was like splitting us up and stuff. And so I ended up going to like the waiting room, but then they ended up calling my name to come back and stuff. And I did like the breath test, all of that. Everything was cool. I did the hearing test. Passed the hearing test. And so then it gets time for me to do the P test. Cause they let you like choose which ones you wanted to do. You just had to hurry up and like do all of them so you didn't have to come back the next day. Cause I wasn't planning on going back. I wanted to come in and go out. That's what my recruiter said. He said, you good, whatever. He showed me all the exercises to do. He was like, you go in, if you can do all of this stuff and you played ball, so you should be good and flexible. He was like, you can do all of that. You go in, you come out, you good. We ain't got to go back. I said, perfect. So that was the plan. So I get ready to go do the P test. The whole P test, everything's going good. It was kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? Because this other guy, they didn't have no stalls. So if you ain't ever been, they ain't got no stalls there, man. So you're going to be sitting, you got to kind of like turn so everybody don't see you. But ain't nobody really paying you no attention, man. Because they kind of trying to keep themselves private. And so all of us, man, we all end up trying to pee or whatever. And you got to pee in the cup. So I peed in the cup or whatever, right? And, we end up doing our business and stuff, and we pee in the cup. And he had this little like small little plastic cup for us to like dump the pee in or whatever. I don't know, but he had to like stick like a piece of paper in or something to like see if you like drugs or something. I don't know. And so we do that, and he missed a step. So we pee in the cups or whatever. We dump the cup out and stuff, and we end up finishing, and then we dump our pee out. And then one of the guys was like, "So what do we have to do with this cup?" The little plastic cup. Then the guy he grabbed it. He was like, man, I forgot. And I was like, well, what happened? What's good? And he talking about something. Y'all got to pee again. I was like, bro, I just unloaded everything I done had since this morning. Like I did not pee before I left so that I could come straight in here and go pee. Like as soon as I, let it fly, as soon as I pulled it out, I was ready to go. It was firing away, right? And so I was like, bro, ain't no way I'm finna pee again, man. I just let go of everything I had, man. And he told me, he's like, well, you gotta go drink some water, man. You're gonna have to come back. But the goal was to come there and not come back. And it ended up, man, I ended up sitting there walking around in the little lounge area where everybody like had to like wait before they had to go do their testing next. I ended up walking around out there just drinking from the water fountain. I drunk so much water, man. I started getting like, it's not PTSD from water, but I like started to hate the smell of water. And yeah, water has a smell. Once you drink so much of it, you start actually getting a smell from it. And so I started like hating the smell of water. I hated the taste of water. And like I was so bloated, man. Like I knew for a fact I gained like 2 pounds just from water. And so, whoo! So I ended up drinking the water or whatever. I ended up going back in there. I ended up peeing like 30 minutes later or whatever. I had to keep walking around. I tried going back in there, peeing, didn't work. I ended up doing that like 3 times and didn't work. And I was like, bro, I'm finna have to go back. And everybody else that came in there with me, everybody else went back and peed. Everybody else that came out had the test messed up or whatever. Like, it's not his fault. He like we all human, you know what I'm saying? And so they end up going back and they end up going back and peeing. But I'm the only one that hasn't peed. It's just my luck. It's just my luck, right? And so I was like, man, all right, bro. So I ended up finally peeing. And so now I got to go to the flexibility part. And mind you, I just drunk all of this water. And I done gain weight. I know I done gain weight from drinking that water. And so we get to the little room or whatever. And I was like, oh, man, I got to pee. I only been up for about 10 minutes. Everybody got in their boxers, you know, you got to take your shirt off, all that stuff. I kind of looked at the YouTube, so I already knew what to expect. And so I go in there, man, and I was like, bro, I mean, it was kind of weird, but it wasn't because, I mean, I played football and I done been in the locker room with guys with their stuff, you know, with just their drawers on. So it wasn't really no weird. You just don't look at them. And so we all getting ready to do our testing and stuff. And as soon as I got ready to start doing my testing, I was like, can I go use the bathroom or is that like against the rules? And I ended up going to use the bathroom. I come back. I ended up having to go and use the bathroom twice. And this lady, she was like, how old was I? It wasn't 2020 because I graduated 2020. It was I'm going to say 17, 18 because I wasn't 18 yet. I only think, was I 17? I think I was 17. I don't remember. But all I know, man, I ended up going to go pee or whatever, came back, and she was like, you're however old I was, you can hold your pee. I was like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I just had to drink all that, and she cut me off. You can hold your pee. I was like, oh my God, okay, all right, whatever, I'm gonna hold my pee. And so I ended up going through the whole test, man. I just knew I was just finna unload everything on that flow. But all I was thinking was, it's a word for it when you got to get sent back. But I just didn't want that to happen to me. I didn't want to have to go back home, man, have to come back the next day, do all that stuff. So, I mean, I held it. I did hold it in, man, but worst pain ever, man. I just thought it's something you can get from when you hold your pee in too long. I mean, I was getting all these bad ideas, man. I was like, man, whatever, right? And so then we end up like finishing the pee test. Now I got to go to like the doctor or whatever. Mind you, I done passed the hearing test, so she checked my ears. And apparently I had a bunch of earwax in my ears, and I cleaned my ears extra good, I thought, when I left the hotel. I got the rag or whatever, went inside or whatever, you know, cleaned out and stuff, you know, saw some earwax. Everything was cool. I'm like, okay, I'm finna be good to pass this test. And then she said, I can't even see inside your ear. I was like, what you mean? I just cleaned my ears this morning. And she was talking about something. No, it's still too much earwax or whatever. And she was like, you want to do your test here, or do you want to go somewhere else and take it? I was just like, I mean, can I take it here and like not have to come back? And she was like, yeah, that's the smart thing. I was like, well, yeah, why would I want to go somewhere else? That was just stupid. That was a stupid option to me. But I mean, it's her job. She got to ask you, right? And so I ended up just staying. I did he had to clean my ears out and stuff. And he ended up cleaning my ears out, and it was like a little ball of like wax and stuff. And I was like, bro, I ain't never seen nothing like that before, man. It's usually just like the little bit that be on the rag when I clean. But I guess that's why folks use Q-tips. But I ended up finishing the little test or whatever, and everything was cool. And so I go back to the doctor or whatever, and she was like, all right, good. Your ears are good. And she was like, okay, now can you take your shirt off and stuff? And I'm kind of expecting this part, like just, you know, check the, you know, the front area, you know what I'm saying, where I gotta, yeah. And so I was okay, so I'm expecting that because that's what they do for a regular physical. And she had to like flip it side to side or whatever. And at first, you know what I'm saying, I didn't want to, be weird enough. So I was kind of like trying to look up. So I wasn't looking at her, look at my you get what I'm saying. And I was like, man, I'm trying to look up because I'm gonna kind of start smiling a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, what you think about it? I'm joking. All right. But I was looking up. I wasn't thinking the extra stuff, kind of was. But I was joking. I was just joking. All right. And so, and then it was a dude that was in there too, because he got to like make sure everything, stays professional, whatever. And I was kind of weirded out, because I don't want no dude looking at me. So I was kind of trying, turn, turn a little bit more this way. And, everything was good. And then I had to like strip down to like everything or whatever. And so she told me I had to turn around and spread. And I was like, and I kind of knew what she meant, but I was kind of real hesitant. That was the part that almost made me want to leave when I had to do that. But I was like, she's a doctor and it's a girl. It's not a dude. So, that's I just kept telling myself, I was like, it's a girl. Well, she's a woman. She's a woman, man. It's good. It ain't no dude. So I just went on ahead, man. I did my business, man. And I ain't felt violated or nothing, bro. I was just a little weirded out of it because I wasn't expecting that. Nobody on YouTube told me that part. And so everything finished, man, and I was all good to go. And so I ended up going back out to the lobby or whatever. I was talking to everybody, and the weird kid was still sitting in that same spot he was in when I left. And so I was like, oh man, they finna send this man back. And so I ended up doing everything, man, finishing up all my testing, man. And everything was pretty cool after that. Everything else was smooth sailing, but whoo, that was not no. Yeah, that was hard, man. That was hard. Everything else was cool, man. After that, I finished. We ended up going and we ended up leaving and got to go home. And this other recruiter, she came to like get me or whatever. She had this other girl that went to school with me, and all of us was cool. All us was cool, man. We were chilling. We ended up going to get some food. I forgot what I think. So I just started rambling. All that stuff I was just saying. It don't really matter. So you ain't got to worry about missing nothing out. But if you enjoy it, man, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Man, make sure you comment down some more story times or some more fitness challenges down below. And if you love fitness challenges, man, or fitness content in general, subscribe to the kid, man. Hit that big red subscribe button, man. I know you see it. Or if you just love a kid personality, man, hit that thumbs up. I already said hit the thumbs up, but subscribe to the channel, man. But I'm out, man.